Oh, hello. I'm Greg Narayan from Dear Blogger, and you're watching a simple tutorial on how to make your own niche review website with no coding knowledge and no website experience. And we're going to set everything up with Adsense and Amazon marketing and more so you can even earn a bit of money. It's raining today in New York City, so what better way to spend it than to make a complete website that you can take away from this tutorial. Ready? Let's take a look. So here is the beast itself. This is the simple website we're going to build together in about the next 30 minutes, and then we're going to convert it into a niche review site, which we'll talk about pretty soon. So let's go through the features. I'll show you how to create a homepage with a title and a subheader and some copy right here. I'll show you how to put a really dorky image next to it, and you could choose really any sort of image here. Then I'll show you how to put a button in so you can write some enticing copy to get someone to click your button, and it'll go to a page that we'll make. You can choose any page. I'll show you how to embed a YouTube video on a page like this. This is one of my past videos. And then we'll put some stuff in the sidebar like a search bar. We're actually going to make a bunch of pages and then put them in a menu. So someone can click on your Contact Us page and use this form that we'll install. And let's say that maybe Ryan has a sales question. And when Ryan clicks send, I'll show you how to make that go straight through to your Gmail. There's a sales question from Ryan. You should probably respond to that. Along with this Contact Us page, we'll make an About page, which we'll obviously talk about. I'll show you how to make a logo using no complex tools like Photoshop, all for free, and then put it at the top of your website. And I'm going to show you how to float some social icons right next to it, like such, that you can click to go to your social media profiles. We're going to make these cool little homepage widget boxes down here where you can put more of your story or maybe pictures of yourself doing business or really whatever you want. Some cool features in the footer. And last but not least, we'll set up the website, like I said before, to earn a bit of money. And we're going to do that through some of the most simple methods like Google's Adsense. I'll show you how to set up an ad that appears on every page, and when your users click it, Google will deposit a small amount of money into your AdSense bank. And we're going to talk about Amazon affiliate marketing, which is where you get your own link from Amazon and can direct people to Amazon and then earn a commission if they buy over there on Amazon. You earn a percentage of the sale. And we'll obviously go through a few more things once we get started. But that's the gist of it. I hope it's a good tutorial if this is your first website or your 100th website. And I should also note that this was inspired by an article I wrote on review sites. It's one of the first ones I published. Thanks to everyone who joined in, and I really appreciate it. Your comments definitely made this possible, so keep it coming. Before we start building your website, let's take a quick look at the logistics behind how any website works. Now, if you already know this, feel free to skip ahead in the tutorial, but it's good background knowledge. And to make it really simple, let's use a few folders and a few more folders right on my desktop. So the first thing we'll be getting, and the first thing any website needs, is a domain name, like facebook.com. This is what someone types in to their browser to visit your site. It's your website's address on the web. Now, when someone types this in, it could be something like www.yourwebsite.com. They go to the web hosting space, for that domain name. These two things are linked together in a really simple fashion, and all the web hosting really is some virtual storage space that's online 24/7, 365. So let's say you upload some photos to Facebook. Those photos go on to the web hosting for Facebook, also known as Facebook servers. Now, these two things will form a website, but it's also helpful to have something there to help you edit the photos and create more text and make things look pretty. That's generally known as a content management system. So we're going to use the tool that a lot of companies these days are using, and you might have heard of it, and it's called WordPress. WordPress is the content management system chosen by the likes of all these sites, like the New York Times Company. Sony uses WordPress, Justin Bieber uses WordPress, so you know it's cool, and a bunch of other ones you can check out. It's really become the #1 content management system. I use it for all my sites, and I hope you'll see that it's super easy and fun to use, and really limitless for how much you do, design, and earn with your website. So let's go and get ourselves a domain name that we can start building our website with. And in order to do so, we're going to go to GoDaddy.com. They are the largest and cheapest vendor of domain names. Now, I have a site in mind that I'd like to get, and it's called dreamwebsite.com, because I ideally want this to be both of our dream website. Now, you'll learn a lot searching around GoDaddy, and some things will be available and some won't be, and others will be available in this weird sort of purchase from the client directly fashion. And that's the case with dreamwebsite.com. If you think about it, it would be a pretty popular domain name, and so I actually emailed the person to see how much this was going for, and I got a response saying it was going for 14 grand, and I didn't respond yet, but I'm gonna tell them it might be a bit much, and we'll move on. So I'm still keen on Dream Website, but I'm a little flexible and willing to negotiate. So I brainstormed for a bit, and I came up with Dreamy Site. Let's see if that one's available for a little bit cheaper. We really don't want to purchase directly from the owner unless we can get a really good deal. So let's search for Dreamy Site. Good news, it's available. Cool. For $12.99 a year, which is a reasonable price for a domain name. And I almost forgot, I made a checklist for us for this whole website, which we can look at right here real quick before we buy anything. We're going to get a domain name like we're doing now, GoDaddy, $13, and we're going to look up some coupons to get it cheaper. Then we're going to get hosting space. We're going to use the largest provider, HostGator, about $10. We'll set up WordPress for the website, which is free. We're going to also use the .org version, I should note. Then we'll do a logo, which is also free. We're going to get it from Pixlr.com, and set up some earning options, which are all also free, like Adsense, Amazon, and I'll show you how to make a landing page. So for our whole website, the bill will be nicely under $25, which I think is great. If you were to get a web developer to do it, I can tell you they would charge you well over $1,000, which is way too much, and the fact that you can do all of this from the comfort of home for under $25 is pretty darn amazing. At least I think so. So back to GoDaddy. Let's go ahead and nab Dreamy Site before someone else does. So all we have to do is hit select, and then continue to cart to purchase it. We're going to say no thanks to all these other options because we'll get them elsewhere. We'll continue to cart. make sure to set your purchase to 1 year and make sure that the price looks alright. GoDaddy has a habit of creating add-ons that people may or may not want, and you want to keep it very basic, because in my opinion you don't need the rest of the stuff and your site will work just fine. So cool. As I mentioned, we're going to try to save some money on our domain name, and this can be pretty hit or miss, but I know a site called Fat Wallet that has some good coupons, so let's check it out. We're going to search for GoDaddy coupons on fatwallet.com, and we'll see what we find. Alright, a $2.95 domain. So let's try typing that in. Let's see if it works. Again, it's usually a toss-up. CJCFW295C. Plug that in and hit apply. Cross your fingers. And it looks like we were able to save some money, which is great. It says it saved us $5. So aha. So as you saw, that saved us a few bucks, and I wanted more. So I went back and found another coupon, Comedy 295, and that one worked real well, and it's gonna get us this domain name for $3.13. Let's proceed to checkout. If you're a new customer, just set up an account right here with GoDaddy. It's super simple. I've used them before, so I'll type my stuff in and then make my payment real quick. That looks good, and I'm going to place my order with total savings of $12.04, courtesy of fatwallet.com. Place order. I'll note I don't work for Fat Wallet or anything, don't worry. I'm just any other user and found them from some previous orders. Alright, our order is through. So now we have our domain name. Done. Okay, cool. So here I am realizing we're almost at the 15-minute mark. So I'm going to try to go a little quicker so we can have a lot of time building our website. So we need some hosting, and the quickest way to get that is to hop back over to the blog, click on this link to HostGator, and this is HostGator. They are the largest host. You might have seen them in the early days advertising with this little crocodile, and well, he pretty much munched up everyone and became the biggest, and I'm pretty proud to give them business now. I've used them for a couple years, and I'm just really thrilled about the whole process. So you click on View Web Hosting Plans, and it'll bring us to the hosting selection page. Now, a big choice, a common one when getting hosting space, is the 1-year hatchling plan. Beginners really like that. What we're going to get is, I think this is the first one I got, what we're actually going to get is a baby plan, which lets us use unlimited domains. That's a nice plus. So you can host websites for your friends or make multiple domain names, and we're going to get it for 1 month just so you can try it out. And they have a 45-day money-back guarantee if it doesn't work. So click Order Now, and then we're in the HostGator Order Wizard, which is really easy. I'm going to click I already own this domain and type in dreamysite.com. If we were to hit this, then it would note that someone already registered it, because we just did. And let's run through all the details so we can be sure about our purchase. We don't need any extras because I'm not too worried about someone taking another site. We're going to make sure we have a baby plan selected for 1 month at $7.96 per month. We'll create a username. I'm going to call this Dreamy, and a security pin, and you should make that at least somewhat hard to guess. Cool. And we're going to type in all the billing information here, just like we would any other purchase online. Pretty simple. So after you go through the annoying process of typing in your billing info, then let's scroll down and uncheck these add-ons. Just like GoDaddy, they offer you a few more things that you might want, but I'm actually going to show you how to use WordPress plugins to secure your site and back it up and make it good for search engine visibility. And as we saw before, I'm all about saving with coupon codes. So GoDaddy offers a code called SNAPPY, which will get you 20% off. But because I've helped so many people get set up, I can offer a code which I'll show you right now called Take 30 Off, which should actually get you 30% off instead of 20%. So just to make this really clear, where Snappy, the HostGator code, got us $1.99 off of $9.95 for $7.96, which is the price we saw here. If you enter my code, take 30 off, you'll get 30% off, which should show up here as a bigger discount. And you can hit validate too, and it'll say that you've chosen the most valuable coupon. And as you might guess, if your order is for a longer time, like say 36 months, then this coupon comes in, wait for it, pretty handy. Alright, so we're also getting 24/7 365 phone, live chat, email support for free, instant account activation for free, money back guarantee for 45 days, and we're going to want to make sure we're not registering this for that long. I think everything makes sense now. Make sure to drop a comment if anything doesn't, because I know I had questions when I got set up. And we're all set with our hosting account. So go ahead and click Create Account. And assuming everything was entered in right, it's going to take us over to this page, which says an email will be sent shortly with the required information for our hosting account. And then we can get everything set up. Good news, hosting is done. So in a few moments, HostGator will send you an email with your login and password in it, which means that the tutorial now goes to your inbox. So we're going to jump over to my Gmail. This is what the email will look like right here. HostGator.com, your account info. You can open it up, and there's a lot of important stuff in here. You don't want to delete it for sure. Keep it forever. And the first thing we want to do is actually head over to GoDaddy, and we're going to use some of this information, these two pieces right here, to link our two accounts, like I said before. So if you had just done all the setup at GoDaddy or all the setup at HostGator, meaning both your domain and your hosting, then you wouldn't need to do this step we're about to do. But because we did it on both places to save money and get good discounts, we'll have to do one additional step. And some tutorials wouldn't do this, but we're doing it here because I like to let you do the whole thing yourself. You know, we're not skipping anything here. So hop over to GoDaddy, click on My Account, and manage your domains under Quick Links. And again, the process would be more expensive if it weren't for these steps. So let's click on Dreamy Site, or whatever website you just registered at GoDaddy, and you want to go down to Name Servers and then just click Manage and Custom, enter name servers, and then pop in those two from the email that HostGator just sent you. They're usually fairly similar. Looks like one is an 89 and one is a 90 for us. So I'm going to do that. Make sure you get them in there right. Double check. And then just click OK. It'll validate. And save them. And now we'll wait a few more minutes while our GoDaddy account links with our HostGator, and then we'll be able to go ahead and install WordPress on our HostGator hosting. So now's a good time to take a break and go get yourself a much earned snack, and then we'll come back and get down to the fun stuff of the whole process. Alright, welcome back from the break. And now it's time to set up our professional WordPress website. So we have a domain name from GoDaddy, that's done. We have hosting from HostGator, that's done. They're linked together, so our back end is spotless. And you can see I've also updated our checklist with the prices we were able to get, being very efficient and thrifty with coupons. And so instead of a $25 website, we're coming in at a website for exactly $10.10. Now that makes me really excited. If I think about the opportunity cost of $10.10, in other words, what else I would spend with that money, I can think of maybe lunch or a t-shirt, or nothing nearly as incredible as a full website that will actually be able to earn you some revenue. So we're at about 21 minutes in the video now, and I'm going to add a note saying we'll probably make a part 2 where we'll talk about design and understanding your website. I think that'll be helpful. For now, we'll get through everything in our checklist, like WordPress and the logo and the earning options, because I bet some people will be cool with that and then we'll just take it on their own, and others might want to stick around. Really great job so far, and thanks for watching, and I think this part is going to be really fun. So let's head over and get WordPress started. We're going to need that email HostGator sent us, so maybe searching helps in your inbox. Here's mine. I'm going to open it up, and this is the link we'll need to the backend control panel of the website, and this is what everyone uses to install WordPress. It's one of the finest tools to install it out there on the web, and it's what I've used for all my websites. And we're going to need this password, and remember our username, and of course no coding will be needed, as you'll see in a second. So click that link, pop in the username and the password. If this is your first time in the control panel, then massive welcome. It's basically like a huge playground or a McDonald's for website people and for bloggers. You get cool things like a free AdWords credit for $100 that you can try, and of course WordPress. You get email software to set up a unique email instead of something like a Gmail or a Yahoo, and I think we'll talk about that in part 2. So right now it's all business. Scroll to software and services and click quick install, and once we're in here we're going to select WordPress. Cool. Here's the little tagline for WordPress I always like reading. So we're going to set up the same site used by all the pros, huge brands, and even Britney Spears. But I hope the site doesn't drive us crazy. Just click on continue. You can leave this part blank because we're installing WordPress onto the domain name we chose and not something else like blog or something different, which other people might choose, but for now we'll keep it simple. Type in your email. You'll need that to get your WordPress login link and password, just like HostGator sent the information to you, and a blog title, which you can change later on, a username. So make this one something you'll remember. I like choosing first initial last name, and then the last part's pretty simple. Cool. You might have thought this was hard, but we're now ready to install your own copy of WordPress, the same software used by all the big dogs online, and all you have to do is hit install now. Watch that green bar because it will go quickly. So, congrats on a successful install of your new amazingly powerful WordPress website. Now let's log in. Copy this password. Click on that link. WordPress also emails you your password and your username. We'll just plug that in and also bookmark this link because we'll be using it a lot. And log in. Here we are. So in this video, and definitely in part 2, I'll walk you through all the different nooks and crannies of WordPress and the stuff you need and the stuff you really don't. For now, let's do the important stuff. We want to change our password. We can do that right here in Users, Your Profile. So let's type in something new. Don't worry too much about the strength indicator. It's pretty rare that someone would try to guess your password. Right here you can also change the style, which is pretty cool. We'll go with ectoplasm. Click update. Let's take a look at our new site. The layout, in other words the theme, is called 2014, and it's built by WordPress developers for free for us. So that's awesome, and it's responsive too, like the website we're going to make. Now, a common misconception people have is that WordPress costs something, but really the domain name and the hosting cost, and much of it, like the layout and the software, is free. So keep that in mind. We're actually going to change the whole theme, the whole layout of the site, and then make our new logo. These are two massive steps in the web development process. So go back to your dashboard and click on Appearance Themes. These are the ones that WordPress comes pre-installed with, but I have a new one in mind. I'm going to search for responsive. Click search. Here's the one we want. There's also some cool options. I think this one looks pretty professional. Customizer and human looks pretty neat too. So you could try those out when you have time. Let's install now on responsive. That was successful, so hit activate. And straight away our site looks much different, and thankfully we're well on track to the website that we want to build. Cool. Let's make ourselves a logo now and then set up some advertisements, and then we'll call it quits for part 1. So we're going to change this part right here so it looks like this. And we need a set of icons like this coffee cup and these cute little icons. So let's hop over to a site called Dry Icons. Click the title, and we're going to search for coffee because that's a major theme in my work. Here's the one we want. There's a lot of options here and most of them are free. Click on coffee, and we want the whole set, actually called Architecture Blueprint Icon Set, and we want the PNGs, the Portable Network Graphics. If you're downloading these icons for a business, you should definitely read all the license information. We're just making an educational video here, so I'm not too concerned, and these ones are free. Click Download PNG. To save a bit of time, I actually already downloaded them. Just click the file to unzip it. So we're breezing through now, and to create the logo, now that we have our icons, let's go to another site called Pixlr.com, which is also free and pretty easy to use. Click on Pixlr Editor, and then let's open an image that we just downloaded to our computer. Let's sort, and looks like we have to unzip again. Open image from computer, sorry about that, and click on the folder and then PNG, and the ones we want, we can see we have 6 different presets of images. We want the 128s, and we want to view the photos, and let's grab coffee break. Double click to open, and here's the icon that we see right here on our site, but we're going to want to put some text by it and then color that text. So first, let's make our canvas a bit bigger. Let's increase the width to about 600 and the height to about 180. Cool. Now you can write in any text that you'd like to include in your logo by clicking on this A, putting your cursor here, and typing whatever you want, really. In this window pane, we can also change the font. Most of my body text in my writing uses Georgia, so we'll keep that consistent, which is always a good idea. And we're going to make it a bit bigger. Because I want a different color for these 2 words, I'm actually going to make this 2 different text boxes. We'll save this one at 65, looks good, and then we'll create another box. And it copied the style nicely. We'll click OK. If you click the arrow right here, you can move your text boxes, and you can choose which one to move over on the right. Let's change the color. So I'm going to use this little tool and grab a color from the icon itself, like that, and then I'm going to assign it to one of these words. So let's click back on the A and then go over to Blogger, and then open up that pane to copy the color. It's always going to be a 6-digit color combo when you're on the web, and that's really no big deal. You'll get used to it. Just copy it in, and you see the color changes right away. And then let's grab a lighter color like that one for the first word in our logo. Open it up, same thing. So we'll click over the text again and then grab the color we wanted. Paste it in, and our logo is starting to come together. Great. So we need a little more text to pull our logo together like we wanted for Dreamy Site. So let's set that up right now. Just presents ... And we're not too perfectionisty here, so I actually really am fond of handwriting Dakota. So let's set that font a little bit smaller so it sits under the two G's. 39 looks good. Alright, before we can save this, we need to crop it down to the perfect size. So grab the crop tool in the upper left, pull the dash box into the right position, and then click enter. And now we're ready to save our image, and then we'll upload it to the new website. Just click save and call it something like Dreamy Logo. Works good for me. Hit OK, save, and then we can close this out and we're pretty much good to go. So we'll save it again just in case. Great. Let's head back to the blog now and upload our logo. So if you were here on the home page, all you do is click on Dreamy Site in the upper left to get back to the dashboard. Then go down to Appearance again and Theme Options. We're going to talk about theme options a lot in part 2 because this is where you really style out the home page and create the button and the copy and the image and a lot more. But for now, let's go to Logo Upload. We're going to replace or remove the default logo. Pretty simple. Just click here, and then we're going to replace this. It'll still exist if we want to use it ever again, but we're going to choose a new file, and it conveniently opens to our 128 by 128 presets. We could double click on that, make sure to hit upload, and then we're going to save the changes, and we should be in business. Alright, one more step, just pull this dashed line over to cover the whole image, crop and publish, the green button, and let's save changes. So here we go. Our logo is sitting nicely in place at the top of the blog, and it's not perfect, but at least it's the color blue, which is known to be trustworthy if you're trying to sell anything online, and really we're not perfectionists in the first place. Let's update our checklist here. The logo is done and I'm about spent for the day, but before we finish, let's get some AdSense on the blog so while we're building the rest of it, it can earn a little bit of revenue. Quickest way to get there again is to hop on this link, which will actually give you a behind the scenes look at my AdSense account. If you've never been in AdSense, then here you go. Enjoy it and take a look. To get an ad, we're going to go to My Ads, and I've actually set one up for you already because, you know, this video is special and it deserves some preparation. So this ad was made just for you, actually either one, but AdSense has made this one active, so we'll choose it. We're going to click it, and it's a 200 by 200 called Dream Website. Display ads only, no text because I like visuals, and we're going to get the code. All you have to do to grab the code is click. See, if you click here, it automatically copies this JavaScript. We don't need to write any code to insert AdSense, and then we're going to hop over to the site and put it on this page right here. No big deal. All you got to do is click widgets. We'll set it up so it's right above the search bar, and grab yourself a blank text widget from the dashboard. Click add widget and it'll come up right here and open up, and we're gonna paste and save. Sorry, I'm going a little quicker now. I'm just pretty beat, ready to hit the hay, and I'm pretty stoked that we have an amazing website up with a logo and hopefully an ad if this decides to appear for us in a moment. We'll put it at the top of the sidebar and then visit our site. Again, we don't have any posts on the home page. This is just our welcome splash page, which is awesome. If we click the sample page, we'll cross our fingers, and there's our first ad on the page. So when one of your users clicks this, you'll earn a small amount of money depending on a bunch of factors, but usually it's about $1 per click, which is amazing, and that can really add up and pay for the site itself. It can pay for things like your domain and your hosting, which we got for a nice $10.10 in this tutorial. Let's make our checklist here look nice and clean. So we got Adsense done. We're gonna have to do Amazon and landing page in part 2, and I hope you'll stick around for that. And our text seems to be acting up, so it looks like our text is nice and tired too, and we're ready for a nap. Alright guys, see you in part 2, and enjoy the website we just made. See you next time. So there's 3 things involved in a website. And that makes no sense. Is that a cowlick?
Start a website you must to become familiar with the web you will.